Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another video. It's Codebreaker Gaming back with another Tekken 8 character customization video. And in today's customization video, we're going to be making a character who has a extended franchise, a trilogy of games if I'm not mistaken, based on he and he alone. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's Tekken 8 character customization, we are going to be making the famous Ezio Auditore from Ubisoft's Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Revelations, and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. So without any further delay, let's jump into this character customization. For starters, the character in Tekken 8 that you're going to be using for this character customization will be a character named Shaheen. As you can see, he is here on screen, and we are about to have fun. Okay, so let's get started with the customization of Ezio Auditore. We're not changing his hair at all. It's no reason to be quite honest with you. His eyes don't need to be changed. His facial hair is absolutely fine. Some of you may be tempted to go a little bit longer with the facial hair, like this one here. And in the later games, I believe in Assassin's Creed Revelations, Ezio's beard did extend, probably about like here, but we're going to keep his default facial hair. I think that is a very good representation of Ezio. Eyebrow colors, we're not going to change. Face makeup, we don't need it. Face paint or tan. We actually didn't change anything in his face. Alright, we're going to come down to his clothes. Now, starting off with his head, we want to change to the Tekken 8. Okay, I'm sorry, Tekken 7 style. Okay, Tekken 8 style does look it looks good. It does look good. And truth be told, I may be tempted to stay with that. But no, I do believe the Tekken 7 style, TK7 style that you see that I've selected on screen is probably going to be the best option for Ezio Auditore's look. Alright, now let's change the color of this thing. Color palette number 1. I'm thinking we should go with this solid white. For color palette number 2, I'm feeling solid white as well. For color palette number 3, if you make it solid white, you could be tempted to make it red. Let's make it red for color balancing for now. If we decide to change it, maybe we shall. And if we look at think white. Should we keep it at white? We're not making any changes to the full face. Ezio doesn't wear glasses. Now on his entire body, we're not going to change his costume at all. We're going to stay with his default look, which is the TK8 style for player 1. And we're simply going to modify the colors in it. By pressing triangle, we come down to color palette number 1. That is this nice brown. Let's see what it looks like in white. That looks pretty good, right? We're starting to see Ezio. And we're going to make color palette number 1 white. For this pretty blue in color palette number 2, why not make it red? Or we actually could make that white also. You guys see where I'm going with this? Wait a second. Actually, let's make it red. Let's make it red. Indeed. So color palette number 2, we're going to make red. For color palette number 3, we're going to also make that white. And that is his sleeve, or his left sleeve. For color palette number 4, that is something that is brown. Let's turn it red, see what changes. So it looks like that's the shoulder plate up there. And we'll make that red. For color palette number 5, whatever that is, it is already red, and if I'm not mistaken, that is going to be the inner lining of his coat. Let's change it black. Oh no, that's the harness that he has around him. We're going to make that, actually, I think black should be the color that needs to be. So for color palette number 5, we're going to make that black. Kind of like his assassin's tool belt. For color palette number 6, which is already red, I think that is the lining inside of his coat, but let's make sure by turning it black. And correct. So we're not going to change that at all. Color palette number 6 will remain red. In fact, let's see if it's... Okay. The default color is it this one? Actually, let's put it on the default color. Whichever one that is. It really looks like this one. But that's not the one it is. But we're going to keep color palette number 6 untouched. It's the default color, so it stays red on the inside. For color palette number 7, which is already white, let's take a look at red. And that is his shirt, his undershirt. And I think red is an appropriate color for that. So color palette number 7, I'm going to make that red. For color palette number 8, if I'm not mistaken, this is going to be his belt. And his belt was... So for color palette number 8, we're going to make that white. So it's his assassin's tool belt. For color palette number 9, I believe these are his pants. And his pants, we're gonna make those a dark color. We can play around with this. We can make them black. And that looks already pretty kick-ass, right? Some of you may be tempted to make it white. I don't like that particularly. I don't like when one color predominates the character. You can look at gray, so it doesn't look as hard as the black. But realistically, if I had to pick a color, I think black is the way to go for color palette number 9, and that is his pants. Now for color palette number 10, you guys already know these are the gauntlets that he has around his wrists and forearms. Now, you can do two things with these. You can make them white, but as you can see, the white, how clean the white looks. You can make them brown if you like. You can make them red. And this one is very difficult to determine the appropriate color to use. I'm leaning towards the red for balancing issues, obviously. For color palette number 11, that is also already white. Let's take a look and see what that is. So that is the knuckles part of his actual hands. You can make it white if you like. And that looks pretty dope. Black if you want to do balance, or red to flesh out the whole thing. I think most of you, I think black is the way to go. For color palette number 12, that is brown. I do believe that is going to be his boots. It's the wrap around his boots. Okay. It's already brown. We could turn it black. Then you get a little bit of more, see that visibility there? Some of you are tempted to turn it red. And red is not bad either if you decide to use red. I think black is the better way to go. But red is not bad if you guys decide that you want to use red for his shin guards around his boots. does provide a nice bit of balance. For the purposes of this video though, I'm going to use black to match his pants. And then for color palette number 13, which is also the remaining of his boots, and you can look at this in some different colors. You see that little red on the top there? Now I think that looks a little bit more appropriate than having the red on his shin guard. So I'm going to make color palette number 13 red, again to put some balance, some color balance in the costume. For color palette number 14, that is going to be the remaining portion of the boot. As you can see, that is the toe, and I believe the heel. You can make that black. Some of you may be looking to be like, oh, let's play around, let's make it white. Please don't make it white. It looks more like a Skechers if you make it white. And if you make it red, then it looks like this. I personally think it looks better black. You guys can use your own discernment there. And that is the last color palette for Ezio Auditore under his entire body. Now we're going to hit circle to back out of this. We're not going to put anything on his upper body, lower body, or shoes, because if we do, that would change his look completely. So we're going to back out. And honestly, no. Let me come back into this for a second. And let me go to color palette number 5. Let me see what it looks like white. Well, not 5. Which one is it? I think it's number 8. Well, it's not 8 either. Okay. It's number 6, I believe. No, that's the inner of his jacket. Which one is his scarf? There it is. Yeah. Red is the most appropriate color to use for his scarf. So we don't need to touch that. I just wanted to see what that was going to look like as a different color. We'll keep it red. Now when we back out of this, we're going to go to his accessories. We're just going to look over these to see if there's anything that can complement him. The first one that comes to my mind I don't feel like he would look cool if he had this on his. Let me see. Let's play around with this. And we put this on his shoulder. We're not gonna do it. Yeah, we're not gonna do it. So we're going to go ahead and put this back to none. Yeah, we're not going to do it. And I don't think there's going to be anything. There really is not anything that is worth using as an accessory. We'll come to other. We'll look at his character panel. You guys can use your discernment here. I like his default. For his aura, we're not going to use an aura. Ezio didn't have an aura. But for hit effect, you guys know I do enjoy having a hit effect. Because he's wearing red, I think I'll make his hit effect blue. That'll be the default type A. We'll go to his model viewer. We'll change the background black. And that really pops. That is Ezio Auditore from Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and Assassin's Creed Revelation. Very easy, smooth customization. Not very difficult at all. For his pose, we'll take a look at pose number 2. And we're going to keep it as pose number 1. We'll shoot his thumbnail. And we'll use R2 to zoom in. We'll hold the touchpad and move the left stick to move the camera around. Zoom in just a little more. And a little more. And we're going to shoot that. That'll be his thumbnail. We'll back out, and then from that point forward, you come on down to finish editing. And ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That is Ezio Auditore from Ubisoft's famous video game franchise Assassin's Creed. Ezio made his debut in Assassin's Creed 2. He was the main protagonist for Assassin's Creed 2, its follow-up, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and the end of that trilogy, Assassin's Creed Revelation. Here you have him on screen. There are a few options of customizations you guys can play with, depending on which version of Ezio Auditore you want to play as. If you want the younger Ezio Auditore, here you have him. If you want the older Ezio Auditore from Revelations, the only thing you need to change is the length of his beard, selecting a different beard style that has longer hair instead of the 5 o'clock shadow look that we have here on screen. And there you have it. This has been Codebreaker Gaming, and this is another Tekken 8 character customization video. We have quite a few of them up on the channel now. If you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor and tap the like button. And if you guys enjoy Assassin's Creed, drop a comment underneath this video letting me know how good of a customization of Ezio Auditore this actually is here in Tekken 8. Am I spot on with this customization, or what things do you guys feel are missing from Ezio Auditore? If you guys are fans of the Assassin's Creed series or of the Tekken series, I need you guys to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Make sure you have your notifications turned on so you'll be notified when I upload the next Tekken 8 character customization video. These videos and this series will be ongoing for the duration of Tekken. As you guys know, Tekken games only come out once every 8 years, and every year they release 4 new characters into the game and more customization options. So the customization options are endless, the possibilities are endless, and as the game grows, there will be more customizations being brought to the channel. We have the next 7 videos already mapped out for you guys. I'm not going to spoil it by telling you who those characters are going to be. Just make sure you are indeed subscribed to the channel with your notifications turned on, and when those videos go live, you will be notified immediately, and you will be quite surprised at some of the customizations that I have been able to pull off here in Tekken 8. I will continue to bring other comic book characters, video game characters, superheroes, other fighting game characters, you name it, they're going to find their way here to the channel in the customization series. Codebreaker Gaming is now signing out, but before I do, YouTube wants you to take a look at the video in your lower right hand corner or your upper left hand corner. Based on your viewership of this video, YouTube feels as though you will enjoy one of these 2 videos, if not both, from my playlist. Codebreaker Gaming is now signing out, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.